everyone! I meant to do that. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in today's video, first of all, I am filming on my phone, which is different and good and hopefully will be higher quality than my laptop. And secondly, I am going to be doing this entirely differently than I planned to, because the original plan was to try on all of my septum jewelry, and that is really hard to do all in one day. The last time I really irritated my nose, and I don't want that to happen anymore, so instead I'm going to be doing it with a twist. Also, if you hear my cat yelling in the background, please don't worry about that. He's fine, he's just being dramatic. I also just bought a new organizer for all my jewelry. I think it really helps me visualize it and see what all is in there, because the thing I had it all in before was just like kind of hard to navigate and things would get lost in it. So this is a much better system. Highly recommend it. Bought it off of Etsy. If you would like, I could link that down below, but I don't think anyone's really gonna watch this, so who knows. Now I have this organized from the ones that I like the most are at the top, and then the ones that I'm not as big of a fan of are on the bottom. That's not to say that any of these are particularly bad. This is just according to my preferences, so if you own these pieces and you like them and they're at the bottom, please don't take that too personally. You know, everyone has to have their favorites and their not so favorites, but it's nothing against the quality or anything like that. Just a choice. So this one is actually pretty much my all-time favorite. I was surprised by how much I liked it, but I appreciate the fact that it's black and it looks good on my face, in my opinion. I also really like these 4mm spikes because they're kind of hard to find. A lot of places will do either a 3mm spike or even smaller, so the 4mm spikes really do it for me, and I don't know why more shops don't do that. I bought this off of Etsy from a seller called John Handmade Supply. It is 16 gauge. These are all going to be 16 gauge because I'm 16 gauge. Pierce is 16 gauge. And then this one I believe is 10mm, I think. But it's beautiful. It's amazing. I genuinely did not expect to like this one as much as I did. This is one of my favorites as well, just because of how long it is. I really like this style. It was a little bit hard to put in because the hinge is just a little bit floppy. You know how sometimes hinges can be floppy, and that makes it hard to put in, but this one actually got in. The first time it wasn't too annoying, and I really like the style of it. I think that it is beautiful and it covers a lot of my philtrum, which, as I've mentioned, is one of the goals for having my septum pierced. And I almost forgot to mention, this one is from Urban Body Jewelry, and the what's it called, diameter of the inner piece is 8mm, so it has a nice snug fit. Now, the first one I got of these are pretty much identical. I got this one first, the blue one, and I really liked the fit of it. Like, this is the first time I had a really good fit in a septum jewelry item. It is 7.7mm on the inside, which just like hugs right under my nose, which I really enjoyed at the time. And I liked it so much that I went and bought it in black, but I actually didn't like the black one as much because I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's just like a little bit more flat. It's not quite as glamorous, but I also don't wear this color blue very often, so I had no reason to get this one. So I would wear this one backwards for a while, but I didn't like the fact that it kind of looks all, it looks like a bottle cap to me. I don't know if you see what I'm talking about, but like the fact that it's just kind of ridged was not my favorite, but that was a look that I had for a while. I forgot to mention, those are both from Urban Body Jewelry as well. This one, I actually got this one from my local piercing place. It is titanium, but it's anodized to look gold, which is super cool. It's 9mm 16 gauge. Before this, I'd actually put in an 8mm ring and they got stuck in my nose and it was terrifying, so I had to go there to get them to take it out, and then I bought this one from them and it's like just loose enough to where it actually doesn't get stuck in my nose, which is good. When I first started making this video, the sun was still out, but now it is not, so it's a little bit hard to see the colors in this one, but I can assure you it's rainbow anodized. It has like yellow, purple, green on it. I had this one specially made for me at my local piercing place, and I love it, and I wore it for quite a while. This next one is from Body Candy. It's just like a gold-plated lotus looking dude. I love this one. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's so big and so long, and it almost covers my whole philtrum. It's like gold-plated or whatever. The only thing I really don't like about it is the fact that it has this little twisty top. I'm not a big fan of the twisty ones. I always feel like they're not quite as sturdy as a clicker would be. Also, this one's only 18 gauge, whereas I usually wear 16 gauge, like I said, and 18 gauge, believe it or not, is smaller than 16 gauge, so I'm worried if I were to wear this for too long, my hole would close up, you know, which you don't want that happening. So I plan to wear this on a special occasion. It's very fancy, that's the thing, and I am not usually a fancy boy, so I don't know when I'm actually going to wear this, but I do really like it. This big boy right here was like my dream piece. It was like one of the first things I ever bought. I think it was the first thing I ever bought, actually. It's from Body Candy. It is a 16 gauge. However, the diameter of the inside is 10 gauge, and for that reason, I just kind of feel like it hangs a little bit too low. But I do really love the design of it, and sometimes I still wear it even though it gets kind of annoying just from how low it is, if that makes any sense. I think you'll see when I show you a picture of what I'm talking about, but I do really like the kind of like, I don't even know if that'll focus. There we go. The like filigree design that it has, and like the little fake opal. I love it so much in theory, but I just think it looks weird on my face. These two are from like a random pack that I bought. I really didn't like much that was in it, but I did like these two. This one's just like a very simple retainer that hangs kind of low, and I don't know, I think it looks kind of cool. Very, very easy to put in. This one's kind of cool because it's like a little barbell, but it has these little almost jelly, I think they're probably like rubber spikes on it. I haven't actually worn these for photos, so I don't have any photos of these in. You're just gonna have to trust me, they're cool. I love the idea of this one. I love how wide it is. I love the fact that it looks kind of like the other ones that I showed you earlier that fit well, the one that I was wearing backwards, but it's smooth. It doesn't have that weird like soda can texture or whatever. The only thing is this little hinge guy is super duper loose, so it makes it really hard to actually get in your nose. But I did successfully wear it for a couple of days and it looked amazing, and I really wish it were just like slightly easier to wear because I really do like the idea of it. I wore this one once, but unfortunately it like doesn't click into place anymore, and I don't really know what's up with that. It's probably because it was like super duper cheap, but like it is really disappointing that it doesn't actually work anymore, and I wish I could get that figured out. I had another ring that was a lot like that one, except I could actually get it to work because it was one of those ones that twisted into place, and I don't know where it is. I straight up lost it while filming this video, so hopefully I'll find it soon. So for some reason while I was filming the early stages of this video, I completely overlooked these, even though they are some of my favorites. These are literally in like the third space, and I just like completely forgot about them. Anyway, so this one is 12 millimeters and this one is 8 millimeters. It's just a little dude. This one just kind of peeks out from under my nose, which is not my favorite style. I like them to be really big. This one is delicious and huge, and I actually was surprised by how much I liked it, because I feel like really big circular barbells can look weird on some people, but I actually truly looked at, wow, what are words? Truly liked the way it looked on me. And then actually the one I'm wearing right now is part of this same purchase. These are all from Urban Body Jewelry. They're all titanium. They're all internally threaded and they were at a really good price. So amazing. This is the one I was pierced with, and I do like the fact that it's kind of wide like that. Haven't been able to find any other jewelry that is kind of shaped like this. Like, this makes it way easier to flip up into your nose if you need to, which fortunately I don't, but like, it was kind of cool having the option even though I never used it. And then this one was actually also from John Handmade Supply on Etsy, and I really like the spikes on it, and I was surprised by how much I liked it because I like the black spike one a little better because the spikes are bigger and because it's black, but this one's actually very nice and subtle while still being kind of punk, you know? What I'm wearing right now, which I just realized is crooked. Wow, look at me go. Jeez. Anyway, this one is from that same set. It is from Urban Body Jewelry. It is titanium. This one is the 10mm, which to me is like the perfect length, but you know, everyone has their preferences. These dudes are both from Painful Pleasures. I like this one a lot. It's huge, it's amazing. It looks kind of like the, I don't know if y'all remember the Snapchat filter that makes you look like you have a septum ring and also makeup on, but like this one reminds me of that. I wish I could find a picture of it, but I think that would involve me going on Snapchat, and I just really don't want to make an account just to film a video. But anyway, if you know, you know. And then this one I really like because it has like, it's different. It's like rose gold, has these little champagne looking crystals in it, and it has this chain hanging off of it, which like I'm having a hard time focusing on, but it's on there, I promise. And the thing is, the chain is kind of annoying because of how it dangles. When I first put this on, it was just like really uncomfortable. Not because like it was painful, but just because like that's my roommate. Anyway, it tickles. Like when I lie down, this chain like goes against my face and kind of tickles. So that's a little bit frustrating. Plus, it just fits a little bit almost too tightly, but it's worth it because it's pretty. Quite like these two. At first I wasn't able to put them in because they're externally threaded and that's super uncomfortable if your nose is still healing, so I thought I could never wear them, but lately I've actually been able to, which has been a blessing. Unfortunately, this one I lost the other spike, so I've had to improvise. But I do still like these, and again, you can't really see the colors in them, but this one has like a bit of a purple gold green thing going on, and this one is kind of more purple and gold, I guess. Yeah, that's really hard to see in this light. Wow. This one is also from the random pack that I got. I like it. I think it looks cool. The only thing is I have no idea what material this is, so I've been a little bit scared to wear it just because you really want to put like good materials up in your nose. But maybe I will take a picture in it one day just to like say that I've worn it. But I don't know, I think it looks cool. I think it's very rave or whatever. It just like, what is it, you know? I love this one in theory, but it does have that same problem as some of the other ones do, where the little hinge is a little bit floppy. Additionally, the fact that the filigree goes all the way up the sides does kind of irritate the inside of my nose if I wear it for a while, but it looks really good in. And this one I believe is also from Body Candy, if I'm not wrong. This one is also from the random pack that I bought. I don't have any pictures in this one either, but I do like how it looks. You can even kind of see in this light that it's like these really pretty blue little gem things. Once again though, I am concerned about the quality because, like, I don't know what I was thinking buying a random pack of septum jewelry anyway, but like, you know, they don't tell you what materials are in this, so it is a mystery. In here, you'll just find some odds and ends. These are ones that are like missing pieces and stuff like that. I was especially disappointed about this one. I don't know if you can see this, but it has like these really pretty little crystal guys on it. That will not zoom. Alright, there we go. It has like these little crystal dudes on it, but like I lost one of the balls, and this is actually the second time it's happened. Like I tried putting it in once, and I lost a ball and I thought it was gone forever, and then I found it again and I lost it again. And that's the only downside to wearing curved barbells, but I like the look of it regardless. It just like has been cursed for me for some reason. But I keep these around because they are actually good tools for taking out clickers and stuff like that. If you would like a video about how to take out different kinds of septum jewelry, I would love to do that. It's just that I tried before and it came out really cringy, so I would have to reattempt that. Also, this little guy, this little spiky guy at the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but I ended up getting to use that spike to replace one of the spikes in this one because I lost it because I was crying. I'm fine now, but just so you know, if you're wearing a circular barbell when you cry, you might lose a spike or a ball. This one is very disappointing because not only does it have a very floppy hinge, but also the top bit is only 6mm in diameter, so it's like too small for my nose. A lot of people, like a lot of companies that make septum rings in this style, have it at 6mm for some reason, and I hate that. Because that like doesn't fit like most people's noses. So this one actually I bought as kind of like a substitute for this one, and this one's actually perfect. So it worked out, but I'm sad because I bought this one like internationally and can't even wear it. This one is also from the random pack. I kind of like it because it looks almost kind of steampunk, I guess. Like it's kind of brass looking. But once again, I just don't know what the material is, so learn from my mistakes and don't buy random packs of septum jewelry because realistically you're probably not going to wear anything in them. I bought this one off of Etsy. I love it in theory, but I am afraid that once I put it in, I will never be able to take it out again. And because my piercing place has been closed for a while, I have not tried it on yet because I need them to be there if it gets stuck in my nose. And the reason why I think it might get stuck in my nose is just because it's 8mm. And like it just, the design isn't like anything I've ever worn before, and it's like it's designed to kind of cuff your nose, like it's designed for a tight fit, and it looks super cool when I like just put it in, but I've never actually clicked it into place because it intimidates me. This one was a gift, which makes me super sad because I really can't wear it because it's twisty, first of all, which I told you before, I really don't like the twisty ones. But also, there's like just this big gap up here, and I tried it on once and I loved how it looked, but I was just really worried that it was going to fall out, or even worse, get stuck in a weird position. So I haven't worn it for a full day, but I do really like the idea of it. Like it looks super cool. It's like moon themed. I'm like a huge moon boy, but I just like, I don't know about this one. Last but not least, we have the container that has like all the ones that I'm probably never gonna wear. Like, okay, I have a confession, which is that I've never put in a captive bead ring, and honestly I don't think I ever will, because they seem really difficult. So that one was a captive bead ring, that was from the random pack that I was telling you about. This one also was, and so was this one. I am not able to disconnect these with one hand, this is a problem. Okay, so these two and this one were all from that pack. And this one's actually a captive bead ring, but I don't even know where the bead is right now. This one is from Body Candy and it's super duper pretty, but it's way too small for my nose. Like, it said it was 8mm, but because of these little gems at the top, it ended up being less than that. So it was just way too tight of a fit, and again, I was worried that I would never be able to take it out if I did get it in. So I have never successfully worn that one. And everything else in here, oh, there's the ball. It's either like too small. Actually, I should probably move the other one that's too small into this container, but yeah, these are the ones that I am probably never going to wear, but you know, I'm just keeping them on hand just in case I get brave one day, or just in case I happen to meet somebody who desperately wants one of these pieces, I can give it to them, because I'm just, you know, I know that returning things is an option, but I always forget that, and then like usually the time will pass, and anyway, I just haven't returned anything in a very long time. I somehow totally skipped over these when I was going through them. So this one, these are both from Etsy. They came together. Like this one was a bonus with this one. Again, they're twisty, they hang weird. This one's actually a little bit too big. I think it's like a 10mm one. And this one, I don't think I've ever successfully put in, just because the bar is weird and I haven't really been able to figure it out. So I do have these, but unfortunately I have never successfully worn them for longer than a little while. And with that, we've reached the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. This is by far and away the most ambitious video that I've made to date, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, anything I forgot to mention, please ask down below. If you would like links to the products that I mentioned, I can try to find those for you. And now I have to go try to find that other ring that I lost while I was making this video. So I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.